But they made it look like it was Tiffany doing it. Okay with them just turn it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she's that video up there when she's at Mandy's house because she can hear them talking to him, saying that he did stuff. He did do like steal a car or whatever. She didn't even know about the Child Abuse Association yet. Trying to blame him for it because his name was 11 instead of the 11, the pervert or whatever. Or however that was working out because their brain stems were connected. He has somebody else for some reason giving them life force, or maybe it just came to Tiffany's Ogen, which was one of theirs. They have no idea on the ground. They don't even know that they sent me the bodies with a drone. They don't? No. It was virtual reality. Because it was someone else that did it. Through their whatever. I'm saying. It's pretty fucking ballsy of them to do that when you already knew about the drone, huh? Sent me the bodies? Mm-hmm. I don't think they realized that I was going to realize it was from a drone. Because the drone didn't take a picture. That's what she was wondering. She's like, how the fuck did the drone find my eye stems? And we were like, oh, yeah, duh. Someone's standing in her body. He must have already had their eye stems. Power source or whatever. Yeah, but she had to keep her eyes open. So it's her eyes. I'm so sick of seeing sad soda pops. And so, like, what? Like sad freaking light sockets. Blue shovel. Kid mode. Nothing. They're just going to sit here and blame Tiffany for not getting properly disconnected at the schizo clinic. It's like, first of all, I'm not a game controller. Okay? First of all. Second of all, I'm on life support by law. I can be connected to my company if I want to. It's not my fault that you guys don't know how to run the fucking game or whatever it isn't. Because you're power stroking? Because you want to what? Get all the money? Because you want a high stakes bet? And then forget that it was Tiffany down here that rocked the room with you guys doing it through her? It was Tiffany down here that had to go to the hospital 4 times. It was Tiffany down here that had to go to the hospital when they were all in hell. And her temperature went up to almost 107 and her brainstem skin. Another time she didn't want to go to the hospital. She never wants to go to the hospital, man. Because she doesn't have a fucking car, dude. You know how fucking horrible it is to have to go to the hospital and not know when you can get leave or whatever? It's fucking bullshit. I don't have a fucking car because they let AK ruin it. It was an X5 BMW for the Game of Thrones to keep me entrapped over there in Oregon. And then over here in Washington. And then they stole the Stoli or whatever for the same reason. Or else they gave it back to the guy that had it. That's right, the cops told it because it was parked in a fire lane. Right, but in an alternate reality, that it's not always what it is, though. You know what I mean? It's... Dude, there's 3 different realities connected to Tiffany, though. Because when I was at church, right, it also looked like Tony was at church with me on this level up here in her car smoking crank before service. When she was at home smoking a J with a baby in the back blowing it out the window or something like that. Because her brain stems were connected to somebody else who was may or may not have been smoking crank on the ground or in here. Or something. Or maybe they're just using her car. The people that were at church were not smoking at church, no matter whose car they were using. It just looked like it because somebody else somewhere else was smoking. Chances are on the ground. Because on the ground, if you smoke on the ground and you have a brainstem connected to you, it looks like you were smoking. Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's paid informacy bullshit. That's what I mean. Tiffany was never in trouble, so why the fuck are they watching Tiffany? Right. So why are they seeing Tiffany naked? Right, because she's making $1 billion fucking dollars for it. That's why. Takes the heat off somebody else, I guess. They're not supposed to be watching Tiffany on the ground. They're supposed to be watching him. And this is the guy that wants to die. It's not even him either. It's that fucking piece of shit right here that set her up for child abuse and everything else in the airplane. as the big brain. He's the same one that ripped his freaking things out. He's the same one that did all that. Tiffany threatened to blow them up with methane. Or whatever it is that makes the meth labs blow up. She threatened to blow them up, sort of, from the ground. Because she was losing her life force, literally. She was losing her life force, right? And she's like feeling like exhausted and whatever. And she had permission to do it with a roll down, but they wouldn't put a roll down on her because this guy right here was a paid informant, apparently. But anyway, and that's because they're saying, I don't know if I'm supposed to look up or not, but probably not. Because they want me to look that way, and I can't because I don't have an Anunnaki to jump out and look back that way. They won't put one on me because they're freaking cheating. So I was like, watch, you're going to die now. Right? Into a different blue cup, saying that that when I say that right now, but it doesn't work that way. Up here, or else it would go anywhere. Anyway, what I was saying is I had to take a hit off of the meth pipe once, right? Because they were stealing my life force in here. So I felt like I was going to faint or whatever. And I did have permission. And then I do it. And then what do I see? I see them change the poison, the whatever it is, to red. So usually I put blue in it, life force or whatever that I do. I know you don't believe me because you don't have synergy, but usually I would sit in the bathroom. And I guess I didn't sit in the bathroom that time, but put life force in it or whatever. And then I took a hit of it or whatever. And but I didn't do it that time. Anyways, they made it red poison. And so when I inhaled it, I tasted it, and it tasted like the poison stuff that's in it, like way too much of it. And it killed my see-through person. And I was like, oh, yeah, because he is not allowed to look like he's smoking. But he watching me, though, is what I'm saying. Right. So it looks like he's smoking and somebody else, and he was a paid informant or whatever it was or wasn't. Anyway, so he tried to poison me on the ground, thinking I'm on the ground or whatever. And I was like, really? Okay, man. You want to sit here and poison me with meth smoke? I'll freaking blow you up. And so I blew some vape pen smoke in a blue cup. And I was pretending I was going to pour it in. And when I did, it would be a combustion and he would blow up. And he got scared. And he unrolled on me. And there's a tablet video in here somewhere about the whole incident. Where she's like, you are demented. You are so demented. You are so demented. And that was last summer. Because he got made right then. In the rat tail department. We all wish we knew when the girl was going on. He will not let us write ourselves or nothing. We're still in our life force without helping us. Be connected with Tiffany when we want so we know we can replace it with somebody that she knows points lined up correctly without being paid informatry. It's supposed to be working for the echelon, the Universal Echelon Bureau of Investigation. Because this is a centrifugal mission for the United States and other countries as well. That's what Tiffany was saying. This is a global security breach and a fix. But you have to trust the one on the ground that knows what's going on, because none of these people know what's going on. I don't know why I just said Holocaust. Those memories of broken. So many The sound of silence. Oh, you're just irritated to me. Glad it's bright because she doesn't want to have no makeup on. They want to. I know I need to. Sorry. Because we see her actual skin color and we see the spots, and it just automatically goes that she was set up for a bunch of stupid ass shit. Get what I'm called. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know if the cops know that I'm innocent or what. I'm just like, what they Everybody's never been here. She's on the ground. She's been a fucking anchor since LaShawn put her in as a tow truck administrative assistant. And these kids were never fucking really hurt in my life, you stupid bitch. This motherfucker right here, this motherfucker right here, this motherfucker here, yeah, 26. The girl that killed everybody's mind, right? Right, right, yeah. He did that. Not me, not him, not him, not her, me. And Krista is she the girl that out. Coming over here talking about, oh, no, no, she has. Yeah, when Sheridan, the cop, came down here and said, I'm going to arrest the mother, I'm going to arrest that woman. But apparently, so, right, I went in. You're not allowed to have a person up in here. First of all, you're not allowed to have Tiffany up in here when Tiffany's right here. Getting arrested for shit? For what? Sarah's over there talking to Leo and getting cigarettes given to me on the ground when I don't even smoke Marlboro Reds? Are you fucking serious? Yes, I'm fucking serious, dude. Rather it's really Sarah or somebody different, like Ashley or someone else, and the alternate reality is not the fucking point. The point is this reality exists. It exists. It exists. Virtual reality. And it's not supposed to be like you think. It's supposed to be for us up here, the good people who aren't setting people the fuck up and abusing power and everything else. And I can't get deleted. You can delete the people on my brainstem, sure. But the thing is I'm virtual reality scanned into this Sidewinder program, and it's my program with them. It's really theirs. I'm just connected to it. But I say it's mine because we're shields and Sidewinders. And between there's an Illuminati ISIM code somewhere, and that seriously belongs to them. You know, the girl who put me up there. In the entity program, who's not alive anymore because of him. Yeah, well, when the light comes down around you, it's a loom, you know, a loom, and it's judgment and it's forgiveness, depending. But the thing is, that it comes down around me, and I can't see what the light is seeing. But really, I think the light is looking for him, the guy who keeps setting people up, keeps coming down here, that I keep saying or hearing them decimate my name out loud, saying, Tiffany doesn't work for us anymore. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, that's not Tiffany. That's Sarah or someone different. So don't be saying my name out loud when I hear you, and I'm not in there to stand up for myself. I'm sitting right here. I understand they're on my brainstem. I understand that. I don't have a syndicate like that. Okay. My syndicate is not that, because they already fucked that up with Cincinnati Circuit, Cincinnati Circle, and Cincinnati Circuit by leaving me down here with his CPS cases. Okay. They already messed that up. And that was 2 years ago. And they didn't give me a syndicate, but they gave it to me, through me, to somebody else in here, either named Amy or Sarah or someone else. Because I didn't control it and I had nothing to do with that. I wasn't okay with videography porn. I don't want them using my body down here and then coming down here and telling me that I'm passing my germs around. Dude, I'm not in there sleeping around, and I'm not in there being a slut. I haven't had sex in like almost a year. This was last summer, dude. Yeah, so like the first year up in here, it was tight because of the embezzlement money, and they got to go to these different levels or whatever in here. But really, it doesn't matter to the people on the ground when you have a tight ass life in here, unless you're getting money or clout or not getting fired from your FBI or cop job or therapist job or doctor job or whatever, or people at the schizo clinic. They were too supposed to let Tiffany go because she had to get back here and freaking start recording videos, letting them know what's going on. Because they set her to fuck up. She should have never been forced to go to the schizo clinic with the black Tanika warden on it when Tanika didn't do nothing either. Because the long table told me they already admitted up here to setting Tiffany up. Because they didn't know what else to say when they're pinging off of whatever, doing porn. Okay, so a version of Slut Bunny Tanika, a version of her kids, what's it called, catfishing. Okay, may or may not look inappropriate to the UE, but on the other side, in the same apartment, they're doing other stuff, pinging off those people doing something different, making things look really inappropriate while Tiffany's sitting here or sitting on the bed and he's jumping out the fucking window. And these people up here don't know that the people up here, I mean, the people on the ground like Tanika and the kids and whoever else, that they don't know what's going on in here. Because their forward brains are not connected like that. The only way they would know is if, like, I don't know, somebody like that will come down and subliminally message them, or they could get a text message from the house director or the game controller. the kind of message that Mandy got. They said, I got a voicemail from you saying that Brood was after you. I'm all, what? I thought they were after you, honey. Not me. And then the Mary, I call Mary, and she's like, yeah, I got a text message saying you need help. And she's crying. I'm like, what? I never text you, babe. I'm at my mom's. I don't need help. I mean, I'm pretty sure Reverend couldn't have been that mad at me. I didn't call the cops, dude. That was a stoley. Juju told me it got towed by the cops because it was stolen, parked in a fire hydrant lane. You know what I'm saying? So why would anybody be mad at me? Oh, the whole calling somebody a chimo. Right, greenlit. Once again, from the alternate universe. Moving the charge from one person to another because they were pinging wrong. Or it was someone else still attached to them, all of them getting the same shit. Because the memories are up there, and then I did crisscross applesauce in my eyes, and it did too, mix the little cases or whatever these were, or the accusations with the UE people who had their own memories of good mom Facebook keeping separate from these fucking informant people. And it's not fair, because that's my good mom eye lotion. And the second year, somebody else stood there that's a perfect human being like Tony or Rachel or somebody like Lana or somebody different, catching my good mom Facebook with my mom's memories in it, and forgot to stick up for Tiffany because they were already convinced that something else isn't the case, and I'm an evil bitch down here setting people up or whatever. Why are you talking about this shit on Facebook? Me? Yeah, I'm not on Facebook. What do you mean? What, the charges for my son thing? Yeah. Why the fuck does it fucking matter? First of all, it's blocked. And this is the fucking situation, motherfucker. You don't remember setting my son up? My daughter was never hurt by me or anybody else, stupid ass. Oh, what's the matter? Did you find a new one? Does she have sidewinders? No? Did she have a raised price stand? Did you put her body on or were you doing porn? Here we go again. This motherfucker doesn't believe me. Because they went behind your shit and talk hella shit. Of course they did. Because what, being paid by London? The same one getting my fucking money? You guys keep it the fuck up. You keep it the fuck up. I swear to God, dude. I can only be on so many levels at once. His mom was not in here hurting her kids. She's on the ground. Her kids were not hurt by her when she was younger. Why the fuck do they have Nico and this kid and this kid and this kid and this kid in these OGs right now? Setting people up just like before. Trista. That was a glass case. See-through case with the name Trista on it. Because, dude, the whole point of me saying that I had to take charges down here on the ground for axe murders, which ended up being child abuse on the other side, was so that they could prove that that didn't fucking happen in real life. And it was Heat ISIM codes trying to get Tiffany back to, yes, exactly, because it's 2.5 years ago. He doesn't know that. Maybe he should go into it. But don't, because then it's going to bring the zipper court case back out here. Who is this? Is this a paid informant dude? Yes. He just never gets the word on the ground. Okay, so somebody needs to FBI message him up here from the FBI hub that needs to stop talking shit about Tiffany and leave me the fuck alone. Because my kids were never hurt on the ground, and they weren't hurting here really at all. Because my daughter on the ground only knows what she read, and she's pissed the fuck off that you didn't give her her fucking money. Give Tiffany her money to get her trust fund this year. Sitting here keeping me in trap so you can pretend that you're a fucking shit, whole shit, nothing but the shit? Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. This is all brand new shit. This guy's fucking dumb fuck. Fuck you, man. This guy's a fucking piece of shit. He set up Tiffany. He set up Tanika. He set up everybody. The long table already told me that they had to set up Tanika because she was a felon. They didn't say it was child abuse at all. The problem is these motherfuckers weren't trying to set up Tiffany or Tanika. They were trying to set up Anthony fucking Ciaz or the guy on his fucking head. Because one of them is not supposed to be around kids, they said. Because when he has sex or does other things, it looks inappropriate. Because they ping off kids of that mom's origin. And if Tiffany's Tanika, who do you think might be in her fucking OGin? I don't know. What happened when Katrina went to fucking CAK? Was there something inappropriate in her OGin? Being seen by somebody different? Or was it Tiffany that went there and it looked inappropriate? That's funny. That's real funny. That's real funny. So when I go to my daughter's birthday party and you tried to make it look like that, is that what you were doing? Because I looked at my baby girl. And so she's in there what? Maybe I'm Tiffany because I'm Katrina. Is that it? Is that what you guys are doing? You brainstem coding? Illegally? Tiffany's not in here doing that shit. He is. And this is the motherfucker that's going down. So just so you know, bye. Bye. You're going down all the way down. We turned you into the CIA. You're not allowed to set up a fucking mom. The Sentinels said no moms did this to their fucking kids. Tiffany Browning's innocent. We've already read her mind. We already know the good mom eye lotion was sent from Cheryl to keep her memories of being a good mom separate from their shit. Because those boys, LaShawn and AK and them, did too have child abuse accusations because they were pinging wrong when they were supposed to be in here sticking up for them. I'm a mom. This was set up by the evil demographic that they put in here. Yes, dude, it was Harley House and everybody, but they didn't know my son. They didn't know Elijah was my son, and they didn't even know who I was because they dropped down like lids. So they dance with me for a second, the song comes up, and whoever this person is, Sarah or Teresa or whoever it is in here that's not really Tiffany and doesn't have to be embarrassed or whatever, they get to take credit for it. So they really love that person, but they know it starts with Tiffany on the ground. But the fucked up part is Callahan and Horns guy didn't know that my daughter was never hurt by AK or that Katrina's wasn't either. And they were too getting blamed for it. And that is why they hated Tiffany. And they're looking at Tiffany like, well, why aren't you doing something about this? And I'm like, I can't see you. It's not me looking at you. It's him. Through my eyes or whatever. Or through somebody else's eyes or a picture. The fucking picture, dude. It's the freaking gray shirt one. Somebody has it on. It's... Get my body off, motherfucker. Why are you wearing Tiffany's fucking gray shirt body as a paid informant trying to make Tiffany look guilty or something? I'm not. Sticking up for her. Well, but they said that somebody's wearing that body, or maybe it was from before. They said that somebody was wearing that body, and it made her look like she was just watching everything and not doing anything about it. That's why the Yui came down here and was like, "Why are you sitting by yourself, Tiffany? Why are you sitting all by yourself?" Yeah, because that was fucking Sarah with him in it. Setting Tiffany the fuck up, not giving a fuck, because he lost his job. Thinking it was Tiffany's fault, when it wasn't. It was the fucking FBI's fault. Well, for one, you guys shouldn't have been using Tiffany's body. She never said you could use it for porn. For two, you never should have used her brain stems for pornography either. For three, you shouldn't have shed your own skins or whatever so that you guys could have fun and then let these dudes get persecuted for whatever they were getting persecuted for. For four, you should never have fucking said that you weren't on AK's head when you knew for a fact you were and you knew he had Hep C. For five, you shouldn't have blamed Tiffany for everything. You should have paid Tiffany London because they gave Tiffany 9 shares out of 21 because she's dying and she's a mom and she's never been in trouble and she was set the fuck up underneath Tanika. 9 shares out of 21 then. There was only 21. That's more than half of the demographic. That means she had the power sway right then. That second. She had rights to say anything she wanted. And what she said is, I gave the game back to the UE with the 444 situation when I pulled my 2 girls up through me because they already threatened my life on the first one, the S Corporation division, called the Deity Group. And the third S Corporation or whatever, the third program or whatever was just me. They made it happen in here, but they didn't know that it was me who did it or said it or nothing, except they did. The simple fact that she did this by herself on the ground has never hurt anyone. They were going to talk shit on. No, the simple fact that Tiffany did this by herself on the ground when she's not in here is not what we're not saying. Like, she can't see what we're doing, but this is great shit for our country. She didn't hurt anybody. She's not. That's what I'm saying. So that one is against Tiffany. Tiffany can tell. Get over here, lady. Look, man. Tiffany didn't hurt nobody. She's not in here. She's on the ground. I didn't do shit from the ground. What I do, people do stuff through my brain stems. You're talking about back of the hand. I did not do back of the hand. They did. The people where you're from. They literally look through my eyes and stare and try to get charges moved or removed or whatever. The whole point was they had accused my son of hurting his sister and whatever else they had molesters attached to me. The whole point was to get the molester shit off me and my son. And I didn't know it was tattletale shit where Elijah was concerned. But anyway, and Tiffany Welter last summer. I had no idea what happened. With that being said, after they did the back of the hand through me, they went over to Mandy's house and said that they were adjusting it because none of them knew who my son was. I never agreed for them to let my son be a tattletale or whatever, even though they were trying to help him on his behalf or whatever, or maybe they were trying to make my son look guilty. Who knows? Because you never fucking know, huh? because they put my son's name down 4 times, and I was too surprised because I didn't get it. Because I don't really know what happens in here or what's floating or what's not floating. I can only have one game attached to Tiffany's brainstem, and it does too go back and forth. And it's not Tiffany's game at all. It's not sticking up for Tiffany, it's sticking up for him. The same motherfucker who keeps coming over here trying to persecute her. I've already turned him into Interpol. I've already turned him in everywhere. I turned in all his friends, all her friends, and I told them who she doesn't want to get in trouble and everything. Because this motherfucker can't keep doing this to different moms, and especially Tiffany Browning on the ground, which is who you're supposed to be sticking up for, not Rachel or Katrina. Because that lady did it like she was somebody different, sticking up for Katrina or Rachel. Because when she comes over here, she sees Rachel down here. When she goes over there, she sees Katrina down here or somebody different down here. The whole point is you stick up for all moms equally. None of their moms hurt their kids. Tuan didn't hurt nobody either. The people on the ground do not know what you're saying. They're not sitting here telling them shit. They're not like, hey, go do this, hey, do that. Tiffany, however, will come up with an idea like, hey, let me hire a private investigator. And what do? They take it in here and run with it. That's how it does. It comes up on timeline. Somebody hears their thoughts, or somebody hears their plan, or maybe they're talking about something, and then they'll make it happen here. Just like when Tiffany does a dance down here or whatever, right? Then the song comes up here, and then we get to do a dance to it and make it a thing. Like we won the syndicate or whatever. But she's not down here commanding people to do something bad or anything like that. The banishing of the charges or whatever they're saying, because it keeps coming out on timelines of shit that's not real. Because this motherfucker keeps watching stupid ass shit that isn't fucking real. Trying to prove his point. Well, I saw this. We understand what you saw. We also saw Tiffany doing crank with Elijah. We also saw Tiffany doing incestual relations with Elijah over there on 10th Street when it was fucking Sarah and Mikey. Because Mikey, for whatever reason, was on AK's head. I mean, Elijah's head, who was doing Blue's Clues. And Sarah was my doppelganger. That was 2 years ago, though. Yeah, because Yui was crying with Tiffany. And whether it's that exact situation or not, maybe it is this one that had my body on. In love with Chris, that was part of Elijah's brainstem. The one that they got named Sarah or something, they got a restraining order against Sarah/Tiffany on the ground. Right. But Tiffany didn't know what they were doing because she's not in here. That was 2 years ago. Yeah, but you can't persecute Tiffany. These people should not be walking around with their freaking whatever, man. Get Haley out of here, whatever that witchcraft shit is. That's the brouhaha stuff, man. Brouhaha is where they take your snapshot. They took Tiffany's snapshot. I can tell you how many times they took Tiffany's snapshot down here on the ground and in here because this bitch is walking around with her body on, sticking up. No, she's not sticking up for Tiffany at all. She's sticking up for someone else named Katrina. You're supposed to be sticking up for everybody. And why would you be walking around with my body on sticking up for Katrina when Katrina is not the one in lieu of notice of nothing? I stuck up for Katrina, and so did her mom. The fact is we're sticking up for everybody, and Tiffany was not with them in Arizona or wherever she went for the birthday or whatever. Whatever you're convincing from last year is not the same thing as this year. This year, Katrina went to see somebody for his birthday, and I didn't want to see him last year either. But you guys made me because you didn't give me my money for a car on my card or leave me a car here and in Vancouver. 11, who came down and said, Tiffany, I'm Satan. I have money for you. What's your address? I told him my fucking address. Instead, he gives it to fucking who? Trista? Or maybe it was Mandy, or maybe it was somebody different. Well, that money, if I would have got it on the ground, I could have got a car. Maybe I could have paid for a lawyer if I would have known my son needed one. Well, did submit transmissions through my face, okay, back then. They were saying submit transmission out of my face, okay? They don't remember it because they're different people now. But the fact of the matter is there was a lot of submit transmissions that they did it like this, making me do arm dances. It was to London Fog and the evil people behind them, or at least that's what the computer said. And then they were two submitting transmissions when they stole my heart right then. Y minus T equals something. No, my Y chromosome, yeah, they say you take that off, take Tiffany off whatever this is, which there won't be any money or nothing. The program will die, which they wanted to die. They'd rather just die than whatever it's done doing or some other illegal shit. That's what I mean. There's other games that are like, just kill Tiffany, hurt Tiffany, la la la, with her name on and shit. Like, she's in here hurting people. That's what I'm saying, dude. Patting somebody's back to sleep so the parents can sleep, that's not bad. They came down and checked on the boy because it looked like it was a fucking dude doing it. The dude who wasn't supposed to be around kids. Because they were pinging off of him for life force, and if at the bottom of their chain, if anyone was going to die, it was going to be him. I don't know why they fucking attached that motherfucker to Tiffany at all. Because the guy who gave her a syndicate or whatever that gave it through her to somebody else in here said certain person couldn't be on her syndicate list when she knew nothing about what a syndicate was because he had CP'd up charges or he was carrying them for somebody else. So why exactly? Because that guy got killed or something. He was being a pervert and he lost his game. I don't know what happened, but anyway. Right. And it sounds like, I don't know about saying tonight. I'm like, why? Because donut hole happened when we were sleeping and it looked like child pornography or something different? Dude, you don't even understand that people in their dreams, because that's in here, the one with Twan, where he's like, bet you're never having sex again, huh? Right? Because, dude, when I had sex last year, whatever it wasn't, big voice, I said, I had big voice. Anyway, nothing. That's why Tiffany agreed not to have sex anymore, because whenever you have sex on the ground, even though she's not around kids, she never knows who's in her ogen or who's in their ogen or whatever. It just happens over and over and over again, traumatizing, because we're seeing people have sex when we don't want to see it or something. Because she's just not knowing what she's talking about, huh? Because Tiffany's right here on the ground. So you better fix your shit, because you're sticking up for the wrong bitch. Tiffany's on the ground and innocent. Trista did too, jump out of that body and ran over here thinking she was Katrina. And she's like, I couldn't do it when Sheridan came down here to arrest the mom. When they were trying to make it look like something happened that didn't. While they were doing legal pornography. That's what I'm saying. This shit is with a mother who has sewn in extensions before Soraya was even born. Elijah was 10 years old. Okay, well, that's still not me. What, they have a copy of my body underneath there with sidewinders? Or are they just looking down at Tiffany? Yeah, well, they're acting like they pulled her up from the ground in the middle of it. Really? Is that it? Okay. Because we've been with her the whole time, dumbass. That's what I'm saying. They're not even thinking about it from like a logistical standpoint. They're thinking like in here, like she can jump out, right? And then have a brain trail back to Tiffany down here on the ground or whatever. Or whoever they're trying to blame. They make hay, or I don't know what they're trying to do. But anyway, the point is that we've been sitting with Tiffany for 2.5 years since they put their bodies through Tiffany and talking out of her mouth, subliminally and out loud. So if Tiffany was to have done anything in the last 2 years inappropriate, we would have been doing it with her, which she didn't. And I don't know how the fuck they allowed her body up here with Sidewinders, with her and us. That must have been 3 or 4 people okaying it. Your 3 matching skins okayed it. Wow, okay. Well, there's so much for seeing it for you guys then. They're being blackmailed by the fucking syndicate owner or whatever to hurt Tiffany or someone else. Exactly, dude. We just fucking sat here all last summer. It's already documented in here. This shit did not happen in real life at all. No, dude, they opened up the zipper court case and they went through everything. They read people's minds. They put their body on. They understood it was all from fucking doing videography porn or whatever, or some other fucking traumatizing shit like AK moving something from Katrina's daughter to Soraya's. When it wasn't even AK, it was someone else. Which is why LaShawn was crying with me. He's like, I didn't even know you were a mom. It's like, how would you not know I was a mom if you did that? Because it was really Manny the Man or somebody else. That's just it. Like they're paying attention to the ground. They're paying attention to level 1 in here, most likely. They're probably not listening to the people on the ground at all. They're paying attention to the 5 people attached to their brainstem. Because that's how this program is. It's a fucking setup. And that was a see-through doorknob on my chest. You're gonna keep letting this motherfucker decimate her character or what? Secret Service. Sevens. I was the one writing Daryl. Yeah, I was. And you know why I called him in the first place? Because Portland backstabbed me after I gave them 9 shares out of 21 because they set me to fuck up. And London and this guy already said that. They gave me 9 shares out of 21 because they did not know I wasn't in here as a player. They did not know I couldn't see them. And all they know is that I'm a good person. I stick up for everybody. And then I was crying about somebody dying in real life. They didn't even know that my son was Elijah. They just know little bits about me, which is weird. But anyway, there's some electric steps going up that Tiffany can't go up because she's not in here. And I probably wouldn't go over there anyway because I'm pretty sure that's where you have to be cuffed with somebody and sign documents to be a rat tail. A narc of sorts. Yeah, well, I did have Jerry and a whole bunch of people working on my behalf, but I guess they fired him, my private investigator, again. Once again, by law, you are not allowed to follow anybody else in here doing what they're doing. They're setting up Tiffany. By law, you are not allowed to fire anyone who is sticking up for Tiffany Browning on the ground and us either. Because I'm her and I'm getting sick of it. I cannot be everywhere at once. Tiffany Browning has vitiligo. She's not on drugs. She didn't hurt anybody. Celeste didn't hurt anybody. Katrina didn't hurt anybody as her, but he did through her. Just so you know, they did to make it look like Tiffany went over there and had sex with AK after he supposedly hurt her daughter, which wasn't Soraya at all. It was Katrina's. So it just, however you look at it, it's just fucked up. But anyway, no more setting people up for that shit, dude. I get it. I do get it, but I don't. This guy is trying to do it like as much as possible because he wants to get her money still. He wants to get his whatever. Whatever. But the thing is that what he's not realizing is that Tiffany Browning knows what she's fucking talking about on the ground to some degree. And she's never hurt anyone. But that one ain't Tiffany Browning on the ground. This one is. And she knows everything when we're with her. Base black. Because that's a court case. She couldn't see us. She can't see us at all. We see each other through her face, and that's why it's not fair. Not all of us. No, she can't see us. I can't see you on the ground. However, certain voice codes and certain facial expression codes or whatever, I can feel you in me. I might recognize it, but it doesn't even mean it's the same person anymore. Oh, anyway, what I was going to say is you're not allowed to fire people that are sticking up for Tiffany Brooks Browning who know the fucking truth. So you're going to sit here and let the people in the informacy program, they're illegally doing the informacy program through Tiffany Browning's brains. Dude, I have witnesses. My brother, Robert Michael Browning, Summer Reeves, Amanda Tessie, Katrina Hayward, and Anthony Cias. Number 2, Anton Ide, Jubal, JP, Mary. There's several fucking people there that all know about the game and all know something about something. And then I'm not schizophrenic or bipolar. Right, all those writs, all these things. Right, it was so cold to ground for 2. Yeah, well, he's like, she's sitting there crying because she's helpless, and they set her up for whatever they said or set her up for and shit. And he's all, it's the biggest lie of the century. They don't know how our brains work. Okay, well, I'm not a game controller up there. Okay, I'm not. He has my reflection on and my name, and he's being a game controller up there, making me look like the worst human being on the fucking planet. Okay? Stupid ass. You think I didn't know what you're doing up here, game controller man? Don't you remember Anton saying to me, oh man, there's a lady up here that mind controls people. Right, game controller. That's not Tiffany up here mind controlling nobody. Tiffany's down here on the ground playing it safe and not having sex and not doing drugs and is a multi-billionaire with us. Because she has a sidewinder. And he does too. That's the fucking problem. And I don't know if it's just because he's connected to Tiffany or because he went and scanned his fucking body in with this bitch. Who, Kenworthy? Yeah. Is he on my team or not? I don't know, because it's backwards. So no matter what, they're going to try to keep Tiffany not getting her money so he can get it. See-through pyramid. They're on a way different game. Loopholes and stuff like that. I'm going to request that the game get shut down. You hear that up here? Tiffany Browning is a request. Tiffany Browning is getting indicted for something different. Tiffany Browning is requesting that the game get shut down. She only wants her women connected to her. The ones that stick up for all women. Yep, only women and Jerry. She's not a paid woman. She's never been in trouble. Katie, Rebecca, Stella, Celeste. Cheryl. Cynthia, Tabitha. That's 7 bitches in law enforcement that have a legal right to say whatever the fuck they want. And 8 if you want to include Katrina's mom, because she's got a lot of information too. Because Katrina's my sister too, and she does do crank. And she's not supposed to be watching this to record her written down either. Anymore, now that AK don't live here. Right, so we say it through Katrina's head, because Tiffany tells Katrina, don't worry, I'm pretty sure we're going to get cars soon and we'll be able to have better lives, you know? And then we say it through Katrina's face. For some reason, I'm supposed to say it UE, which was supporting Tiffany, right? In a different way. But it didn't. Nothing. Whatever they did up here was illegal. I think. Yeah, because it made her look like she was breaking her dating rules, having sex without being married. When she's not. You guys are me, okay? I already know where this game came from, right? Right, I'm gonna pay you to go to the schizo clinic and get disconnected mentally. Get out. You just get whatever water the company tells me to give them, I guess. All right, yeah, but schizo minds are scary for some people. Because you have to have somebody watching you all the time, make sure that you don't lose your mind or whatever. She's got too many witnesses, man. Tiffany does. That none of these moms hurt anybody and that she knows about the game. That's not what you're going to say, is it? No. Dude, the whole point is that they were doing pornography or that they weren't supposed to be peeing off kids or whatever, or that they were moving the whatever it was, dude. The different bitch, like I said in the IC3 video. Yeah, the one that says life force is lost in Biba's mom. And who did I stick up for in there? The one who may or may not have lost a daughter named Amy. Those are whistles being blown or what? Take a time out and sucker. So is Tanika and Tony Brown. Rachel Morrow doesn't know she's in here, or that they're pinging off her Wi-Fi, I fear. And don't get me started on Summer's redemption bitch. Merrily finding out that they hurt their best friend. In here, because they were all trained her by the same guy. That was not evil Tiffany behind me there. He's trying to make me look evil. It's not me, it's him that's evil, all right? It was not me and you're doing anything. They're just looking through my eyes. Those are something different. She believes in no reckoning. So this on it from a stupid vase. The vase has something in it. I don't really know what it is, but it's a big deal apparently. Because Trump was just mentioning it on TV. I have 200 and something videos on here, sir. Of all people, they were sticking up for Tiffany Browning being innocent. Okay, because when you're with Tiffany, you know she's innocent, but you are on a different brainstem, so you don't know that. You used to know that, London. Because before you knew she was innocent, she was just embarrassing because this one in here made you embarrassed. It wasn't Tiffany in here being a slut or stealing cars or doing any of that. Just because something starts on the ground doesn't mean that it happened in real life. You kill that player. They have my name on that girl. They're saying she's giving blowjobs for money and shit in here. Whoever the one that's with that little whatever he isn't, little car thief guy. She has my name on her head. Okay, so trying to make Tiffany look so disgusting. Because Rebecca in Ohio did too lose her kids to her husband on line one, but not on the ground necessarily. Is she in jail? Did she go to jail for what they said? How old are her kids? I know Chris is like 15, right? Or something. And he was like, that didn't fucking happen, right? So, does she have a little kid? Or are they trying to make it look like it was Tiffany now that got arrested for some stupid shit when Sal's at work and Carol's cooking? Because they had these alternate realities in here with Tiffany's fucking kids at different ages on different timelines, adopted everywhere, and different versions of Tiffany over here in the UE getting Empress money for Tiffany and Mommy on the ground that didn't ever get it. That's what I'm saying. The informant dude wanted to get custody taken away from Tiffany in here or on the ground when she didn't even have custody, and she's waiting to get money from them to get a car to be able to spend more time with her daughter before she fucking dies. Now she's on this kill or be killed chain. Pissing blood out of her fucking pee hole and dying in real life. Because they put Chinese cocktail to her brain because they want to be what I'm supposed to be in here as somebody else. Like a somber sevens community measurement. That's what I said. I said replace UNICEF with Interpol and we'll be fine. Right. Well, when I was reaching up for that, INTERCEF was up there or whatever. UNICEF. I'm saying INTERCEF because it's a combination of different people. Anyway. Because they're not even thinking about the fact that we're all witnesses that she didn't hurt anyone at all on the ground and that she's not in here. They're just thinking about proving what it looks like to them and trying to get different people off their chain when they have no fucking clue how intricate this is and the fact that just the brainstem is rolled into other people. So even though they put AK through her, painted white, the person in here is not AK no more. But AK is still connected in a different way. And whoever else they put is the same thing, and it's not controlled by them. It's the kind of thing you have to roll off slowly, and Tiffany's stuck on it indefinitely because it's profitable. So her back brain would be attached no matter what. Yes, and she's never been in trouble, right? Right, and right there where she was saying for the Vancouver PD and Portland Police Department, FBI and both states help, where she says, be aware of automatic payments not being made to Tiffany Brooks Browning. She was supposed to say, be aware of automatic child abuse statements forced through to the judges for different bitches. Well, Tiffany's only been having sex. So. Because she doesn't know what her friends think. They haven't said nothing to her. They won't write her back. She doesn't know if it's an overlay or what. She has no fucking clue what the fuck they think. Just what we tell her that they did in here. She doesn't believe that their forward brains know shit because Tiffany's forward brains don't even know shit unless we tell her and we're communicating with her. See, he comes out here and sees Tiffany and then feels bad. This one, yes. So just talking so much shit, making fun of her. See, she thinks she's gonna own something. She thinks she's gonna be a millionaire, la la. It's like, who thinks they're gonna be a millionaire? The ones who what? Who didn't come up with the idea or get permission from Germany? The ones who don't have a matching Sidewinder to a badge? This shit was not for these guys, dude. It was for the girls. And if they are attached to that, then but whatever. But mine were women. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you, man. Because I'm a girl. I was not in trouble. They were watching them through me. And then LaShawn died and I got stuck on his chain when Libby died. Right, so they scammed me again to put Rachel on my head or something like that because these motherfuckers over here were doing virtual porn, pinging off my body or had pulled my body in here underneath or whatever, how it was. Maybe I was attached to their brainstem or inside their body somehow or whatever. And they were train driving Tiffany with a different body on in virtual porn land or something. And they didn't want to hear whatever they were saying about that or look at it or be attached to it because it was gross. But Tiffany didn't know that's what was going on until later. When she was, not that at all. Because she can't see us from where she's at. But we see us through her face, so don't forget that, you guys. We can sit in Tiffany's body right here and look at people. We can get different eye stems. We can get different brain stems. That's a fucking glass dick bong for some reason. That's a Trojan horse. What are we, Trojan horses and trolls now? Or was that a chess piece? They said it's illegal for your brain stems to be allowed in here. Says who? For Tiffany's to be out loud? Why? I barely ever think of nothing. I'm just saying, like, because you can't hear my brain stems. But you can hear everybody else. I'll start it and they'll sing it. But what about me? What if I want my thoughts going up? What if I want to say, like, how come nobody can hear it? Because I'm used to having I guess I didn't always, but for a while there, I did have a voice code for my brain thoughts. And you're getting pinballed just for even saying that for some reason. No, thoughts can go through it. Mm-hmm. It's facial recognition, so like that facial expression code looks like Christy from when we were at Wild Waves. That's why I keep showing her. And Christy did too not answer the phone, at least in here, because of what Rachel told her. Of either a voicemail that she got, or a phone call she had in here, or on the ground, or some other shit being train driven by whoever owned the house. It was not Vigilante, it was someone different. On Easter, back when Vigilante was sitting here with me with the dragons that we kept bringing back alive, and he's like, we're all here fighting for her, but not at the same time. Stop killing me, evil bitch. Talking about it's Tiffany, but it wasn't Tiffany evil, it was him evil through a fucking different girl named Jessica Pace. Picture or brain stem or whatever. Yeah, I remember Summer Clickatat telling me, hey, is this your olive oil? Yeah, because I'm putting it on my skin when I get out of the fucking bathroom. And they're watching me and talking about it. I don't know, some stupid ass shit about a shower. I don't know, maybe get out of the people's showers, maybe? That's what I'm saying. She doesn't understand. She doesn't know about that. Because she's not in here. She's on the ground. But her brainstem is not connected the way you think. This motherfucker's is. Cigarette. There's a camera on my shoulder. Right now. Right, and I look at the drawer, and you know those little round cameras, right? I look at the drawer, and there's something in there that looks similar to a camera. And when I look at it, the camera comes out. Like it's sucking it towards me when there was a plastic drawer right there. Like Mandy's camera sort of, or whatever. Some round camera. It was like one of those, the ortho ones. They can put cameras and lights. Yeah, dude, that's fucked up. Right. I mean, we have literal video pornography up here still going on way over there in a different alternate universe. Pinging off Tiffany's brainstems, telling them don't use my body illegally. And the CIA girls did come down here and say some shit about that, but she didn't know there was whatever attached, because these people up here are saying don't go against your countrymen, because they were all about the porn and having the most beautiful bitch or whatever the fuck it was that they were saying. And she was scared to have anybody else against her because she doesn't know how it works in here. She didn't know they were talking shit about these girls or me or anybody else. She didn't know there were CPS attachments to it. London knew, and he was just like, sorry, Tiffany. I'm sorry, Tiffany, with Noah. And I was like, wait, what? Noah was the one that sits in my mouth, the lip quivering, saying, I'm sorry. They did too, say, well, Mama Bear on the ground and caught the 3 flying babies. Did you not here stick up for your fucking self the way you would? Because Tiffany would have drone flying wings, and she'd be with the people who know what the fuck is going on, dude. She'd be with LaShawn, and she'd be with fucking number 2 or Bo or whoever the fuck these people are that know how the game works, that I don't know, because they're died. So what I mean, if she would have been in here with them when it wasn't her, it was someone else driving the train of Sarah or whoever, it's just dumb. Because he died anyways. And she paid for all these people to fucking not, whatever. Anyway, moving on. She paid for a bunch of people's forgivenesses or whatever so that they would stick up for Tiffany and have her back behind her back, but they're on a chain so they can do it in certain parts, but they can't do it over there or wherever they're not all the time or something. The thing is that they can come up here and get the information, right? But they can't get back down to their bodies to be like, yeah, she's telling the truth. The only thing they can do is go through an FBI hub or whatever this is, the game control unit. If he'll let them, and he won't let them, even if they're Homeland Security. It's so fucking annoying. Because he got rich off Tiffany, and he forgot it was Tiffany under here. He thought it was Katrina or Rachel or someone else like Summer or someone different. Because he was too embarrassed about STDs or whatever the fuck they kept saying about Tiffany spreading her germs around when it was fucking AK. And then to stick up for this bitch, they said that word out of my mouth, and I don't even know if they're talking about Rachel's herpes lip or if they're talking about a different kind. She's not on crank. She's not smoking a glass dick. Pieces of crap. Nothing. They keep showing me pictures of stuff to diss me. I'm not the one on drugs, okay? I'm clean and sober on the ground. That's what I mean. Every time Tiffany's clean and sober, when she's clean and sober, these people have reign over everything because they all look clean and sober. But when Tiffany's not clean and sober, they hate Tiffany and they don't stick up for Tiffany at all. Nobody can do nothing. Yeah, well, they wouldn't let the people that Tiffany knows go to court for Tiffany and them and tell them everything they know about how she got the body sent, because they did get their computers updated about how it was and how they were supposed to be part of the Savior program and get made on the ground. Or whatever. Because they're trying to say it happened when they were younger now. Not within the last 2 years. Yeah. 2.5 years. All right. My mom lived with us. I'm just, my son. What? When my son went to daycare and I was working all the time. 2 sons there all the time. I'm just a beater, huh? I just beat my kids, right? Just because I spanked them once at kids club. Whack women, whack is something that they do in here. They'll be slapping bitches. Tiffany heard him was yelling at him the other day. And she was like, emails. I was like, what the hell? Okay, she's like, why the fuck am I hearing you slap a bitch? Fucking slapping their arm or something? Some dude being abusive or something. They're smoking a bag. because I do this because, well, first of all, I'm innocent and I didn't hurt my kids. Stupid ass. And neither did she, and neither did he, and neither did her, or this one, or that one. But because everything I say on here is pinpointed. Okay, we're not saying poinsettias anymore. Pinpoint poinsettias now. So triple P's. And they can go back into the video and get the information, because wherever I look when I talk about it, they can sit here and they can see that. They can see that he said that. Never have to worry about money ever again. They can see a lot of stuff. And we didn't know about the other side talking about that shit. That's on the other one. I can't even find the life force of lots of people's own things. 92 views of this one. It's like, who's watching it? Any people on here? Because that's just one version of how they could get that kind of stuff. I guess I wasn't talking about that. So I want that. Because they had to move it from a different bitch to a different bitch, or whatever it is that they do, because somebody else rolls onto their chain and they can't have that on their chain when it's not even real anyways, dude. It's just dumb. Because it did too stem from Anthony fucking Sears being a pervert. It was stupid. Dude, the guy that lived in the house that Amy lived in said some stuff. Alright? He said some stuff, and I don't know what else to say, but whether that's what they seen up there or that's what really happened. That's like, put a bag over your fucking head, bitch. Lying, stupid liar. He's one of the one. You need to go get him and tell him the truth. We already did. He's calling Tiffany a liar. I know, so why don't you get him and tell him that she's not a liar? Okay, you guys are getting confused. You stick up for all women. Tiffany Browning is the one you're supposed to be sticking up for on the ground, the one who has sidewinders, the one who we've been listening to for a long time. That was a pinpoint poinsettia of Tiffany's phone conversation with AK, where it was garbled with the FBI from somewhere different, listening to AK not support Tiffany being a mom. Dexterous. Other people have done it before. Won the election. Look, they already gave Tiffany permission to be a part of the UE, even though she had done points before. That's part of the problem. It's not their fault. Don't get fucking mad. It's not their fault. But they did it because, man. Okay, so now everybody wants to be rich 2.5 years later and forget the fact that this started with somebody down here who got off drugs, including points, and just be like, oh, well, she can't be a part of us. She used to use points. Excuse me? I'm the one that put you up here, remember? Clean and sober. Right. Do I look a little scary? Because he's in my face wondering why the fuck I'm talking about him out loud. A secret whore? See, they have to pull out a little memory. I said I liked her, she was nice, but they didn't freaking bring that part in there. And that girl knows a lot too, so does this one. Because I can tell voice codes. I am clean and sober, lightship. When I put on Tristan's body, that bitch jumped out of you, right? With Jessica Payson or whatever the name of it. She's so fucking scandalous, dude. So scandalous. You need to go up there to God, the women, whatever this is, Activities Universe or whatever, and let them know about that. Everybody who's played the game that we know of, Trista, Katrina, Jessica Pace, all those bodies can be put on with memories in it. Because their brain stems are connected. It was my availability to look at somebody and bring them in here on accident. When I didn't get it for that, I got it to scan a picture to bring it in here so that my UE member could stand up for my gallon in court and put my body on. To stand up for my gallon in court like it was me. Because I knew Mike Allen in court and I knew he didn't freaking shoot up an apartment complex with an automatic weapon. At least I didn't think so. Yeah, but that same charge, the apartment complex murder, okay, was real and it was on my head. Meaning, if he got proven guilty, then I go to prison. Or I could go to prison too for being accomplice or whatever they were saying. On the ground we're not at. That's what they told me, cigarette. The people on the ground don't know not to do drugs. They're not connected real time. Not on any of these lines anyway. And most of them don't give a shit anyway. And they're gonna be like, why are their voices telling me not to do drugs? Robbie and Summer 2 years ago were a different story. I don't know if that was something, I don't know. Whatever they were doing when they broke all the pipes on the ground or whatever, the earbud fell out. And they still didn't get their money right. He's in treatment right now. But they still consider him on drugs because it's the other thing that makes you sick. I'm requesting that the people in here that were walking around with my name on, that my name be changed up there at the top of the Anunnaki looking glass by UNICEF or Interpol to the game controller's name. It's a guy. Because I want the people that love me connected to me and be able to talk to me. Because I'm not the one in there hurting people. He's the one that lets them do it off the back of my head or whatever it is that he does. And then my homeboys that know me, that know about the game, can be pulled back up over here and white booked. That's what I'm requesting, Yui. I'm Tiffany Brooks Browning on the ground. Mama told me not to sell work. We are all wearing white t-shirts. Mama told me white hats work. She's seen every keyhole, she's seen every cigar, she's tasted, she's smelt it, she saw nothing. That one thing now where it's like, just get paid to the lawyer. All Tiffany was saying is she's supposed to be a multi-millionaire and never have to worry about money again. And after that's solidified, then she can pay secret society people. through the company and then be a tax deduction. There was a glass case of those people that had left you here. And it shattered some. It's just like a bunch of melted gold charges and that are being banished in here for good, I think, because they're illegal. Because they got people killed and a whole bunch of other stuff. We're not all happy about all of it all. I know. She just wants to pay a pair back for the car. She gets some money. That's what I'm saying. It's like no matter how hard Tiffany tries, it just comes right back to her being stupid for talking about it out loud or something stupid like that in here. Tiffany is not the one talking about shit out loud in here. That was this motherfucker doing it, trying to make everybody hate Tiffany. That's what they do, dude. Like Tiffany said, okay? So, let's see. How am I going to use this? Let's say, gross. Let's say Tiffany's jealous of Trina, right? So Tiffany is already in here, the sole proprietor or whatever, her own single thing, not on a chain. So Tiffany will go up on the Trina and bring Trina in here, right? And she'll walk around with Trina as Trina and be like, yeah, la la la. Or maybe where she hailed from or whatever. So really, it's Trista, but it looks like Tiffany, right? So she can't, I'm like this and that, and I have all the permissions in the world, and I'm the only one that can persecute you in court, and la la la. And then they'll go to court, right? And then they just fucking smash her out in court and just make her look so stupid, right? And then Katrina goes to jail and loses her money or her car, her rights to drive or whatever it is or isn't, and is devastated and looks stupid as fuck. Meanwhile, Trista over here got the money for doing it, and Tiffany's sitting here like, wait, so can I get my money for what I did has nothing to do with whatever the fuck you guys are doing? Or, because I'm not jealous. I'm not in there. I'm on a chain. Meaning if you pull me in there real time, they would be driving you to say and do whatever they want you to say and do. So I'm saying they weren't allowed to arrest me. Like that. Because you can't arrest me in there for whatever the fuck they're doing in there when I'm sitting right here saying don't use my body legally. It's illegal. Stupid. Because I'm not a syndicate owner anymore because they proved me guilty when I wasn't Tiffany. So no matter what, you get fucked. Yeah, they're just decimating my character. They're pissed. They're pissed. They're pissed that they wrote her name down when this girl was Tiff in here. It was Sarah. Or Kimberly or something else. And that was a gold lid to a pipe. Yeah, I don't know if I had a hole in it or not. It might have been a golden chest piece, maybe. Gold sparkles. These popcorn. Here. Excuse me. No, I'm gonna have to pay for that, right? I see nines. Yeah, but if Tiffany was to look, yeah, but it wouldn't affect the real people, it just affect us. That's why it's stupid. Because they've already moved it up and started their own business and la 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 and took the top of the pyramid off, la la la. And just leave us over here with no balls in that condom, even though it's sparkly. .t. Right, so what I'm fucking saying, dude. Tiffany's been sitting down here praying for that for 2 years so that these people, the same people that were being blackmailed before, would have her back and have the audacity or the guts to stand up for the people who weren't who weren't giving her accreditation, her back hat, her whatever that started this S corporation with the fucking dude 11 and Sleeping Bear, which was London or London Fog or whatever, one of them types of people back then when there wasn't it wasn't London Fog, it was whoever the fuck Sleeping Bear is, the only person that comes out every once in a while from the house when there's big money on the table for stocks and bonds or whatever, you know what I mean? And his part wasn't porn, his part was the other stuff, which is opposite of what Tiffany was doing it for. Right, and then now it's way different. Tell me, screen. Oh yeah, wait till I start texting the fucking FBI and telling them to get the FBI shit. Have them get the one thing we're not fucking talking about. Oh yeah? You don't think they won't? Fuck around. My people know what fucking time it is. All I gotta do is get like one or two of their fucking email addresses. If one of my bitches had virtual, whatever the fuck I'm not saying, if one of my bitches has permission slips to use my permission slips or whatever it is to be connected to me and knows what I'm not saying, done, son, done. I mean, they're already doing it up here. They're just not doing it from the ground. thing. They're like, oh, she wants to get paid for people dying. I'm like, excuse the fuck out of me. I'm the one that paid to keep people alive, motherfucker. I'm the one that wanted to be the savior program. I'm the one that said I want to be disconnected from these fucking people that kill people and steal life force from Tiffany and Soraya and whoever else it stole life force from. The same people that made me do arm dances. Yeah, the ones I stuck up for. The ones who backstab Tiffany, don't ever give her money for her 9 shares out of 21 and have her back behind her back. Because why? Because the game controller is telling them something different? Or maybe their profile just got deleted. It's just freaking stupid, man, because these people are supposed to be having my back and they don't. And even the girls are like, we love you so much, Tiffany. We love you so much, Tiffany. I think he was just mad at me, I think, or something. Because they're thinking about their life in here, how it is in here. If they get money in here or whatever, if they have their back had in here, I'm all, what about having my back on the fucking ground? I'm not brainstem coded to know what you guys are doing in here, and nobody ever tells me what you're doing in here, because once I know it, everybody else knows it. No, this person that's on my shoulder is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be somebody else. He's not supposed to be hearing my fucking thoughts about what I think and what I don't think. It's supposed to be somebody on my team. Not the enemy of the state. So what I'm saying is, when you have other people talking out of your head, right, in here and on the ground, they are tracing those thoughts, those guilty consciences back to where they actually came from, right? Because they can make Tuan walk around in here painted white, making him look or feel guilty or scared or whatever, when he has no idea why he's guilty or scared. It's either somebody else in his body on the other side, or it's the game controller making it look like that. Just like how when Chris was in my body and talking about, what was it again? Go somewhere different. Sodom and Gomorrah tactics, right? And I'm like, okay, so was that done to a girl or a boy, or by a girl or a boy? Or, and they're like, it's just, these are men's charges, they're not girls. And then they wouldn't tell me if it was done to a boy or a girl or whatever. Well, up here, they said something way different. Way fucking different. I never gave them permission to take my body and anything I've said down here up there and change it into something different. I didn't give them permission to go in the back of my shit right here and say something explosively fucked up like that. I did give them permission to go in the back of my video, and if I said something wrong that I wasn't supposed to say, incriminating or otherwise, or maybe using a wrong name or something, to go ahead and fix it or bleep it out or cut it out, if it's sticking up for Tiffany. But if it turns out it makes Tiffany look stupid, like she forgot to say the most important part, like heat ISTEM codes at the bottom of that situation where it says the thing about my son, that I had to take charges on the ground because it was heat ISTEM codes and they were supposed to be able to prove it in court, and that my thug mansion went somewhere different. Thug's not happy now. No. That's what I mean. Like, he took it off my thing, and not the sound of people on my chain. That's what I'm saying. Nobody in here should be walking around with my fucking name on. It should be my girls up here that know Tiffany, and I want responsibility credits for the Sidewinders Club or whatever, and all the stuff is done good. And then it says their name first / Tiffany, just like it said Sarah / Tiffany for a fucking restraining order. But only for the good stuff, man. Don't be hurting people and then say it was me and you. Little wink. It's because it's off my brainstem. I'm guilty of that. Nothing, they keep going, I can't stand to see you two together anymore or whatever, but the thing is, Tiffany's not jealous. She doesn't get jealous. They will sit here and try to make her so jealous or whatever it is or isn't because they see her down here or they see her in here or a version of her or something. Maybe it's not even Tiffany, it's someone different. But the thing is, Tiffany is not jealous at all. She's depressed because she can't be with anyone in her life because she has a sidewinder. And she's sitting down here with no money and no car and an unavailability to be a better fucking mom because she doesn't have a car and because she doesn't have the money or the representation from the FBI fucking I. Because he's too busy forgetting that he's not FBI, he was paid informatry. Like I said before, the FBI said it is illegal to elevate from a citizen drug user to a cop to FBI to something different. Back down to FBI and then submit it through an FBI hub when you've never been to college without an FBI, a legit FBI person manning that ship or CIA or something. And Tiffany said the same. I was like, no shit, you know. Yeah, but just because it's a frequency up here does not mean that it didn't start with a normal human being on the ground. I got permission from Germany from my people, the one that gave me the name, whatever they are, right. Well, I don't know if it was already a company or not. It probably wasn't, but whatever it is or isn't that I turned it into for, you know what, where all the money's at, Saver program and stuff, you know what I'm saying? For them to get credit for giving me the name Empress. I'm remembering to have my back behind my back the way that I have theirs, and my friends too, even though they're douchebags. It doesn't even matter what they say. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm mad at AK for not giving me the car back then. But that's it. Like, I'm not mad at anybody except this douchebag. That's on my brainstem now. And he's over there now where Tiffany can't hear it saying her name. Saying she did this, she did that, blah, 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 in here or in the past or whatever. She didn't do any of that shit, dude. Like she said in her fucking IC3. Somebody who's ever hurt their kids does not do that. They don't say investigate it like we would. And then just come put my body on and meet me out front and look up. And you see this ping situation. You see this situation. You have to grasp the fucking fact that I have the availability to look at somebody and bring them in here on accident. That I have the availability to do stuff that's not managed by a female or somebody who knows what my availabilities are. Or what it started off when they were crying with me and that I did not know why they were crying with me. And I did too have to put the faith in the upper echelon, which I did too change the name of to universal echelon because AK is the one who said upper echelon to me. And they chose pornography, pinging off somebody who had CPS cases on him, to stick up for that, having fun in an alternate reality, not even giving a fuck about their bodies on the ground either because they were having too much fun in here or whatever, instead of sticking up for Tiffany Browning on the ground, who would have stuck up for them at the end or whatever, in court or whatever. Because it's way more complicated than you think. When you're backward scanning, you crisscross applesauce your stupid eye holes. I don't know if people would talk back and forth to people here. People told me no, but that might not be the case. But the thing is that I saw stars. Okay, I saw stars, and that made it different for Tiffany. And just Tiffany. Nobody else, just Tiffany. She's immunity, she has everything, yeah, but immunity is immunity in here, cool. She's immune, she can't really get in trouble. But the law enforcement agencies are being, whatever, filmed, talking shit with rollouts and stuff and setting Tiffany up and her son. Right, so you sent a bunch of eyes and a bunch of cameras on a microfiber line down through me into this world like I'm cool with it. I was not cool with it. Not cool with it at all. When you're sitting there setting up people that I know that have never been in trouble, or even people that have been in trouble. Like, I was not the one in trouble. Was not the one in trouble. To turn around and say that I can't get my money. So I'm saying, like, there's certain parts of it that go that way for them, for the women or whatever, or whoever it isn't. But don't set up my friends and don't not pay me my money to stop talking about it. And it is way more on blast than it should be. And it shouldn't be out there like that, but it is because they didn't help Tiffany. They helped themselves. Now they got the mark of the beast on accident. All right. So are you buying in? See the sparkles here? Mm-hmm. There's no sparkles there. It's an alternate universe where the house is juxtaposed around my house and everything in it is blue and red sparkles. See this sparkles? Yes. Okay, you see that thing? Mm-hmm. Okay, do you try to lose what's going on inside? I don't. He can see it. I can't. I don't know. He can see this type of shit. Well, Tiffany can't see it. She just sees the rays and electricity. Big explosive little explore. That's what I'm saying. So they have to keep redeeming their bodies to stay alive and hearing all this stuff, not thinking about the fact that their brain stems are connected to other people and may or may not be vulnerable when they do that can expose brain stems together at the same time. Not just giving them life force, but giving them option for some of the programs are activity. Because they're game control. And what happened if I roll my head right now? See, that's not even me, that's somebody else. But if I was to do it, if I had a power source, they'd be fucked. Because you mess with too many people. Why aren't you sticking up for Jimmy getting her money and representation? She's a multi-billionaire with the UE. Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. Look, LaShawn, aka and fucking Anton, were not babies, okay? They flew into her belly with wings on. They went into an entity up here. She wasn't in here taking care of them as little babies with wings on. These were fucking adults, man. They went backwards to a fucking time warp with lapels on. They had wings because they were in big trouble in the UE. She wasn't in here taking care of them, watching them, whatever, when they're older. That's the fucking UE's fault. That's where they fucked up. Tiffany said 1,000 fucking times. You're not allowed to watch porn while having sex with your wife and your sidewinder. You're not allowed to be in here with lapels doing pornography growing up. With those three people not having them because they got them stripped. Two of them were supposed to keep them, but they couldn't because the other two didn't have them or whatever because they lied about Tiffany. They're supposed to be stuck up for pulled up through here, so please do that. And then the big pyramid with the top coming back down on it finally. I love you, JP. I hope you're still alive. I pictured having scotch with you one day. The head of a Texas Hold'em tournament. In the Sopranos movie. Company. Oh my god. The jumbled AEIONU ISTEM codes were the second S corporation or program starts called the Deity that was basically pinging off of the Loyalist Royalty Entity Group, okay? And that is too for the people that were women that gave me the ISIM codes to pull me up there and gave me a sidewinder. All right. The second one was the AEIONU. That's totally military, totally CIA. That was separate from them. But they get it too because it's because of that first one that I had the availability to do whatever we're not saying with that department. But the fucked up part is that part was supposed to be separate from the boys that backstabbed me. And I'm not talking about number 2 and LaShawn at all. I'm talking about the ones up there. One that just left me down here with nothing. But then again, I don't know what the freaking whatchamacallit. I don't know like what they actually did know, what they didn't know. But the simple fact that I stuck up for that person, I don't know if they changed profiles or not, but and it still haven't helped me. That's what I'm pissed about because London knew for a fact that I was set up. I gave 9 shares out of 21. I should have been paid by now. I'm very pissed that I had to go against London and do an AEIONU that did not include London at all because of whoever he was attached to. Evil. But that doesn't mean I don't still love him in my non-big heart. Because London is the only one that ever talked to Tiffany on the ground besides London Fogg. He told me he was on their law games. And I do believe that London is a descendant from London Fogg, but it just depends on what route he comes. And he's mixed in with other people when he comes down this low to talk to Tiffany about umbrella beds or you own it or you can get your Homeland Security grant on the ground if you can stay clean and sober. But even though he was talking through Tiffany, I had somebody in here who wasn't Tiffany, who was Sarah, the same one that was setting me the fuck up. Because they did too. No, I sent it to Interpol, and they did too. Right, Interpol, and they did too. Every single fucking thing that I started, they were against Tiffany because of whoever was attached to me, because they wanted to keep getting my money. My book. White book that Tiffany can't read. She's just not in here. She's not on drugs. On the syndicate side, me and number two are AEIOU. On the right side is totally way bigger than that. That was a loyalist thing. And then the other one, the ISTEM code, I guess is dedicated to LaShawn in Arizona because he's the one that had the pedals. He's the one that paid the 10 grand. And if it wasn't for him, I would have been pulled up there to have my life ruined to give me a sidewinder that I can't choose. I love you, Cheryl and Celeste. Mm-hmm. I guess it depends. It's whoever pays Tiffany, then you have my respect first. It is a guy's voice that said that, but he called himself John Walker. But I think they changed it. They don't want it to be Arizona because he loves Tiffany too much. They want it to be somewhere over here in Seattle. He doesn't love her so much because they want to split it more ways than just 2 ways. It's not that we want the girl to touch her. Yeah, but it's different versions of Tiffany. Don't even pull me back up from before I had Sidewinders trying to make it look like I'm in love with a Twan or whatever we're not saying. Okay, but that Twitter pated thing is so sad and so depressing on the 4th of July, dude. We were all in there with her and we cried, dude. It's the most, I can't even tell you. And then thinking about the fact that she's still here and he's like literally the only one that could save her, probably. And that's, I don't know what that is. That's a green outline of a check, I think. Is she still not getting because Glow is getting it? From the Brain movie? Were you guys leaving again or something? They just showed AK's molestation bullshit and made it look like it was Tiffany on his fucking daughter that they set him up for or whatever. After they just told Tiffany yesterday that AK never molested his fucking daughter at all. When the restraining order was just fucking empty angry. No, that's what you get for saying, oh yeah, I guess me and AK did this to our kids when we were younger. Because that's the kind of shit that fucking these people were saying out of Tiffany's fucking face. And but you don't fucking understand. You can't get Tiffany back for what we say out of her face, you stupid fucking douchebag faggot. Who is this man? Can he just get killed already? It's the same piece of shit on her fucking shoulder, paid for it, motherfucker. I fucking hate you, you fucking douchebag. You sit there and fucking show Tiffany with AK's daughter. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Because Tiffany is AK, right? So fuck Tiffany over, right? Just keep fucking her over. What about the other people? What about Twan? What about number two? What about the people that are actually doing porn? London, Gummy Bear with Rachel on it. Where the fuck is Big Daddy at? Sorry, guys. He just had to send some 20 messages up there. Wait, Greenford truck? Where's Greenford truck at? it says Tiffany Browning green line, but it says Tiffany Browning on one side and this side, and it says a green line. But the thing is, Tiffany Browning is not in here to live out the green line. She's on the ground. We are, and that doesn't mean we get it either. Means he does. So she still doesn't get her money. Yes, dude, it's so fucked up. Because as it falls down, didn't I ask her to click on the live tab from Homeland Security? Yeah, you did, but she did it. Because she didn't see the one on the front. Right. I mean, it's just stupid, so I have to see her coming. I just have to keep doing more work with no money, right? Nothing. They are not allowed to say molestation or whatever the fuck they keep saying over here. But Tiffany's a human being on the ground. They don't want her saying out of her mouth. Or anybody saying out of her mouth then. Because he was accused of it and he did lose his job. It was a rumor and it did ruin his life. It did, yes. Sort of. I was talking about the one touch to his head. He lost his job. Mm-hmm. Law enforcement. Wasn't it Callahan? Yeah, kind of. Callahan has a job back, right? I'm not sure. Because he's a profile. Oh, that's why the name never come up. No, Callahan's a mean ass fucking piece of shit. Lover. Oh, man. Nothing. He was a little mind. He's very, very angry, but he came down and danced to the Love You song for a second 2 years ago in the car. I didn't speaker record those. My own speaker, maybe. It was my own. I got some. That's right, he did buy those.